Here we are jumping into the grand finals of the late night series number 29 event. We are watching Augusto B against Andrew W. Now, unfortunately, we're going to be watching a quick turn 1 donk, or turn 2 donk, just that quick pass from Andrew, and we're watching Mew take down a Minccino. So while we're getting this stream set up, that's how it's going to be. That's Augusto winning game 1, just like that. It is Mew VMAX versus Durant, so I guess single prize card decks sometimes struggle with losing out very quickly on the first turn. Now, I don't know if Durant's going to be going first or second, if there's anything that I necessarily want to be kind of going over when it comes down to it. But I will be pulling up both players' lists when it comes to see exactly what's going on. Mew VMAX is a deck that a lot of players seem to understand and see what's up. I think like it already was number 1 for the first week of Brilliant Stars, and here it is in the finals of the late night. Durant's something unexpected, and it's definitely going to be making the list this week, or at least it seems like it. Durant being a mill concept, so it wasn't really a mill concept there, but we are going to be seeing Andrew going first this game. So let's go ahead and see Andrew going first. There's that Snorlax, another Pokemon down. So at least we are going to see that Durant maybe got a turn out, but no Durant's out on the field. Interesting start when it comes to Augusto. Augusto starting with Mew. I mean, Mew having free retreat is absolutely amazing for the deck. I think that's one of the most underrated qualities of a Mew deck. And here we see that Battle VIP Pass, and Augusto is correctly searching through their deck. It's working pretty well. So let's go over Augusto's text while we're going through everything. Mew VMAX. I mean, Mew VMAX line looks pretty cool. Not playing Oricorio, but the Oricorio is really not going to help here. If you're Augusto, you're trying to not play so many cards, not draw so many cards, so you're able to start taking prize cards ASAP. So it's the rate at which you're drawing prize cards and how quickly you're going to be burning through cards in your deck. I mean, we see a double turbo energy. We see a couple psychics. This to me looks like a really standard Mew list. The Peony's nice. I don't necessarily know if Peony's necessary nowadays, but I'm not the one in the finals. Augusto is the one in the finals. So we see those Genesects drawing some cards, and are we going to see the Elesa Sparkle energy? Or maybe even Meloetta going down to maybe get a knockout. We'll have to see how that goes. On the other hand, we just see like a simple Cinccino Durant list when it comes to Andrew's list. Andrew's just going to be trying to mill cards every single turn with Devour and using cards like Galar Mine, Curse Shovel to really like make it a little bit more difficult on Augusto. But as you can see with all these cards, sometimes you get a clogged up hand and can't really do much. So right now it looks like, is that the Fusion Strike energies being prized? Uh-oh. Elesa Sparkle not really doing too much there. It's kind of a sad way to start the game. Really weird game with that turn 1 donk or the turn 2 donk, and then really weird kind of game 2 where it's just like triple Fusion Strike energy prize, unless I missed one in the discard pile. Now let's see what Andrew's able to do here. We'd like to see Durant start using Devour. And I mean, using Cinccino to start building up that board state is certainly going to be huge. I mean, Andrew just beat a Mew player to make it into the finals, so we'll have to see how it all plays out. And it looks like it's going to be a setup base first. Yeah, Barney, really not too bad. Will there be Durant hidden the field, everybody? That's the big question. There's Durant, there's Durant. And we are seeing some cards getting drawn. Are we going to see a quick Devour? I don't think we will. I think we're waiting to see the Snorlax get knocked out eventually. Alright, there's a Curse Shovel. And it's really interesting. Like, we haven't seen a deck that has a unique win condition in a hot minute. It's just something that we haven't necessarily seen in a while. So, for me, I'm about it. I think it's really exciting overall. Start seeing how these decks play out. And I mean, it's Durant now. We with double turbo energy and all that kind of good stuff. I really think there's a lot of opportunities here. It's weird with the double turbo energy that they're actually playing 4 copies of that and not 4 copies of the twin energy. I would think that the twin energy is better here. I could be mistaken because twin energy says as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon that isn't a V, which I don't see any Vs or GX, it provides double colorless energy. So I don't know if the minus 20 actually matters for the double turbo energy, especially if we're using something like energy assist. So I'd say that, like, arguably, when it's only playing 5 of those energies, it'd be better to play 4 of the twin energy and 1 of the double turbo. But I could be completely wrong. We'll have to see how that plays out. We are seeing that quick knockout there, so it just depends. There's no crushing hammers. There's only yell horn, I guess. So we'll have to see how that ends up playing itself out. 1 prize card, 5 more to go to see Augusto being the late night series number 29 champion. Andrew's not going to be drawing any prize cards here, peeps. So in case you were wondering, that's not how it's going to be working here. It's going to be milling cards. So we're actually looking in the bottom right-hand corner at Augusto's deck. 33 cards left. Durant being able to take 4. I think that's kind of crazy. So, see there's the Durant right there. Using its Devour. Being able to just, like, start gobbling up some prize cards real quick. So there's the 4th Durant. So that's really how effective this deck can be. Oh, and there's Boss's Orders. Okay, so I like the Boss's Orders, Galar Mine, and bringing Augusto down to 24 cards. If they start ripping switches, it could be huge. So will we see the switch? Nope, they're not from the Cram-o-matic. So they are forced to either go Genesect or draw. Like, they're thinning their deck as well. So this is a really huge turn for Durant. No switching card. I think we're going to see a Cram-o-matic that Battle VIP pass away. There's that heads. And you want to be able to grab that switch or escape rope. Whichever one. Yeah, there's the switch right there. So still pretty full deck. Let's see that switch. And you don't really want to be playing too many other cards just because. So we're going to see Max Miracle 130 taking out the Durant. And we are going to see that. Oh, there's another switch off of that Curse Shovel. But Augusto's going to go down to 4 prize cards now. Now, with everything going up, will the Durant be able to find the energy to attack? That's the big question here. Is Durant going to be using Devour again? I think Augusto's like, please, 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 don't go Boss's Orders Devour, because that would be really difficult to deal with. There are 4 Boss's Orders. Really a lot to be dealing with. Mew goes through a lot of cards, so Mew's got to change up the way that it plays. Maybe not even, like, going for things like Genesect, because you're not really worrying about the Durant doing damage. There's also the opportunity to do Psychic Leap and putting cards back into your deck, which does give Mew, like, wealth of opportunities to just make some interesting plays. So there's another Boss's Orders. We are going to see the Genesect go up there. There's another Devour. No escape rope, no switch. So really, that's what Augusto is going to be looking for. Now, there is the opportunity to just go Peony and maybe just get the cards that they want. Reasonably, I think that seems like the correct choice. I think you just gotta kind of roll with it at this point. Okay, that's fair. Oh? Yeah, I guess just powering up a Genesect's fine in case you want to retreat. I would have played the Power Tablet first. If we're playing Peony, there's no reason to not just, like, play it just in case. There's an escape rope, and I mean, things are looking a little bit rough. If there's one more Boss's Orders on Andrew's side, I think that's probably going to be game 1. Just because there doesn't look like there's any other switching opportunities when it comes to this matchup. I think Andrew's, with the setup, is able to kind of take this one. So there's Mew. And 14 cards left only. Now, it's going to be a race against time. We can only say so much when it comes down to it. We have Augusto down 3 prize cards away from being a late night series champion, but only 14 cards left in deck. And 14 cards sounds like a decent bit until you draw for your turn, Durant rips off a few, and we'll have to see how that goes right now. I think right now it looks like Andrew looks like they're in the lead. I know it's a little bit different. This is our first time in the late night series having an alternative win condition deck in the grand finals. So shout out to Andrew for really bringing the first mill deck to the late night series finals. Out of 29 late nights, it's awesome to see some new strategies at work. Now, there's Cinccino. What else are we going to see here? We do see the energy going down on the Durants. Are we going to see another boss's orders? That's the big question. I might have missed a supporter being played. Something I might have missed here while I'm just looking at the other decks on the screen. But we'll have to see how everything kind of plays out here. Durant, Minccino, awesome. So we are going to see the 4th Durant. We're not seeing a boss's orders, but that Marnie is almost as good as milling a few more cards because Augusto is going to be drawing more cards than what they put back. So now they're going to be down to 11 cards, and Durant's going to rip another 4 cards off the top of the deck, and Kershovel's going to rip some more cards off the deck. I think Augusto might just legitimately get decked out here, and when you can't draw a card for your turn, that's where you lose the game. Legitimately, that's one of the ways to win or lose the game. Devour, rip. Down to 6 cards left, and I mean at this point I think it's just max miracle. Hoping that your opponent doesn't have another twin energy or double turbo energy. I think that's the best case scenario that you have to go for. Maybe going boss's orders, knocking out another Durant, but I think you just have to kind of roll with it at this point and hope your opponent pries some energies and that they do not find Peony. So we are going to see max miracle. There's that other prize card, and we're down to 4 cards left on Augusto's turn, so if Andrew's able to find access to a way to get Durant back, whether it's just a rescue carrier and a double turbo or twin energy, that's game. That's the 4 cards off the top. That could be that. But you never know. There's the double turbo energy. That already looks like it might be game. Are we going to find rescue carrier? I know there's no other Durants. You're only allowed to have 4 of each card, but you can see that it gets relatively tough to have these things down now. Thinning through the deck, trying to reduce the amount of cards so that you can just go rescue carrier. That's going to be Durant milling the top 4 cards of Augusto's deck, and Andrew is going to be taking game 2. So Augusto will be going first this upcoming game. So there you go. See, no cards to draw. That's going to be it. So with 36 minutes left, this is going to be a speedy finals. I think the matchup is super quick. Now, will we see another kind of donk when it comes to Durant? I think we might. I think Durant's the type of deck that it might just be Andrew goes past. That could be it. All right, let's reset the prize count for Augusto, and we are seeing that Genesect start. Not the greatest start, but I mean, it depends if one of those Cram-o-matic wants to get heads. We kind of have 2 chances to come down to it. Really, maybe it's not that bad with Ultra Ball. We'll have to see. I think you start off with Cram-o-matic taking away Power Tablets, and we are likely just going to see a Battle VIP Pass. Augusto is likely going to search through their deck, make sure that everything's all good. But starting with 1 Genesect, not the greatest, because that's just one way to waste a switch or waste an escape rope. We do see those double turbo energies, so I think as long as Augusto is able to attack, it's cool. I almost like going second in this matchup, just because a Durant might be able to attack on their first turn. But you never know. Like, there's only 4 quick ball, 4 level ball. It does look like a really well-built Durant list. I do like it. Yeah, I think you almost want to go Cram-o-matic, get an energy out of the deck. It's tough. It comes down to a lot of like decisions. I would just go Cram-o-matic, the Power Tablet away, I think. At this point, yeah, I guess you just go for the Genesect. And just drawing cards seems like the wave. Are we going to see the energy? Do you see another Battle VIP Pass? That's likely just going to be a Meloetta and a... oh, okay, no Meloetta. I guess it's fine. I guess Max Miracle knocks out everything, so that's completely cool. Oricorio would also be good in this matchup, so you can knock out multiple Durants at once. We aren't going to see an energy down. We might... I don't think you play Switch yet. I think that's the scary part, is that you don't play Switch and you don't want to discard Switch. So if I'm Augusto, I'm actually going to pass here. Yeah, there's that quick pass. And we'll see, like, Andrew might just go pass. Oh, but they have the energy and they have Call for Family. So that seems to really work out nicely here. I think getting a Durant and then just going for Durant with Call for Family sounds really good with Minccino. Not sure why they play the other Minccino. Maybe it's better to have a 70 HP one. I think the Call for Family one's much better. So there's a few odd inclusions in Andrew's list. I'd love to hear back from them on their thought process here. See, I would have liked really just like going for Durant's here, but they have a different plan. But like I said, they're the one who's in the late night series finals. I'm the one who's just running the tournament. So we'll see how it plays out. I keep on seeing Elesa Sparkle with Augusto's list. I'm going to double check. Do they play 4 copies of Elesa? No, they only play the 3. So far, nothing crazy going on. We're just going to see the retreat right into the Snorlax. That's fine. I would have liked searching out some Durants there, likely. We do see Escape Rope, so Escape Rope's really going to be step 1 here. Yeah, I think you just power up the 1 energy. I don't think you power up both. Unless, of course, you wanted to start using Psychic Leap. Because it just keeps extra cards in the deck. I mean, I think it's fine either way. This is going to pitch away the Training Court and the Quick Ball. And we are going to see a Mew VMAX. So we're also then going to see the Escape Rope into the Mew VMAX. Clearing that entire hand. But the cool thing about Durant is just like Durant's like actively milling cards from Augusto's deck. Because Augusto's drawing so many cards. Here's a full 6 from Fusion Strike System. That's almost as good as using the attack. So we are going to see an attack off this turn. And it's just going to be Max Miracle, Max Miracle, Max Miracle. This is really, it's going to be either the end of the game or the start of the game. Let's go ahead. Max Miracle 1, Augusto 5 prize cards away. And Andrew 26 cards away in Augusto's deck. Although Andrew can definitely take off quite a few cards. And you can see that like more than half the deck's gone either to the discard pile, in play, prize cards. And Augusto doesn't really have a great way to put things back. So really interesting overall. We might just see a Fog Crystal and another Mew VMAX to get around that Yell Horn. Is it a Yell Horn? Just want to make sure I'm yeah, Yell Horn. I was gonna say it's either Yell Horn or Team Yell Horn. I didn't know exactly what the card was called. I should know this. I used to have the Yell Horn podcast, but it's one of those things where we'll see how it goes. Andrew might just have a little bit of a slower start, and we do see that there is Escape Rope, so regardless, there are ways around things. Although you don't really want to be playing Escape Rope just because Andrew could go ahead and start bossing ordering things, so that might be a little bit tough as well. So we are going to see a Cinccino pitching some cards, trying to get set up here a little bit. That does look like it's a capture energy, so Augusto's probably fair for another turn. They just really can't go for the coin flip at this point. So that's what makes it a little bit tough for them. Like, they can't necessarily risk it. And I guess we're just going to really see how it plays out. Like, we're still just, like, waiting to see what card. I mean, Elesa Sparkle, really not bad. Really not great at the same time. I think we're really looking for like that Mew V, if possible. I think Cram-o-matic might just get it for them. But at the same time, they can't retreat. Well, they could retreat. But it's just that Galar Mine would cause them to lose their energies. It's really tough, actually. Well, you don't want to be drawing cards. You don't want to be dealing with the Galar Mine. Maybe, like, what do you really do here? Do you either go, like, do you go for the coin flip of the grand finals? Like, the players are playing for some guap, some packs, all that stuff. Maybe there's not enough boss orders. It's tough. For sure. Yeah, it's just like that coin flip. Like, it's a 50-50 chance of just ending your turn. Ooh. Sending up Durant, but Durant has 90 HP. 90 HP is pretty healthy for, like, a Pokemon of that size. I think you, like, just go Genesect to try to go a little bit more calm before attaching. But we'll have to see. We either get a Training Court, a Rose Tower, or a Mew VMAX here. I think that's really what we're looking for when it comes to Augusto's side. You have to go for Genesect at this point. You can't retreat it. Like, you can retreat it back, I guess. It just doesn't seem great. Apparently that's what we're going for. So let's go ahead. Max Miracle. Augusto now putting it down to 4 prize cards remaining. And that is a Durant down, so should be noted. Less Durants. Andrew does have to get another Durant. This game's shaping up to be interesting for sure. And I mean, 24 cards left. That's still a fair number. It's still a little bit gross. Oh, there's another Yellhorn. So really going heavy with the Yellhorn. It's going to be tough for Augusto to deal with because that Confusion coin flip, it's not even about the damage. It's just about, like, if the Mew makes it through an attack. I mean, sometimes you gotta get a little bit lucky. I've definitely, in my Pokemon career, had a few coin flips go my way. Sometimes they don't go my way. But right now, that Mew VMAX is absolutely just chilling. And we'll have to see how it plays out here. Still, not a quick start from Andrew, so I think it's not necessarily too bad for Augusto. Just interesting. Out of 300 players, it's Mew VMAX, completely understandable. Durant, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought about it? I mean, I did an early Durant deck profile, but I would have never thought about this level of success. But sometimes Durant just wins, and I think it's really a case of the metagame probably wasn't ready for something like this. Oh, we do see the shovel as well. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. We can always see the manual retreat as well, like as we just saw again. There is access to like Training Court. There is access to Elesa Sparkle. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just depends. But we probably don't want to be seeing another switching card. There's the boss's orders, so now we are going to see the switching card. So playing something like a Yellhorn and that, tough. Really tough. Because that's it for Yellhorns. So we do see the Rose Tower. We might just see the Genesect try to retreat this turn. I think that sounds like the ideal play if you're going to go Fusion or Elesa Sparkle, looking through to see what kind of fusion energy exists. I would just power up the 1 energy onto the Genesect. Then you want to hold on to your energies for sure, for sure. Yeah, just the 1 energy on the Genesect, I think. Either that or we're failing the search. Yeah, there's the 1 energy. Can't attach the other one to the other one. You're trying to get it, trying to draw into it. And I think Augusto's trying to play how low can we draw for cards. I mean, so far that doesn't really help us. We're really looking for ways to switch or an energy. And more or less an energy here, since we committed this energy to this Genesect. Absolutely huge. So even though Durant's not drawing cards, just kind of the disruption aspect and all those things can certainly be difficult to deal with if you are Augusto. It's not always easy here. And you could sometimes just be like digging. Durant decks are like quicksand in a lot of ways, where if you just play your cards in the wrong order, it's not going to work out. So that Fog Crystal not going to grab anything. You can see 17 cards left. They're probably like, oh geez, really not what we're looking for. And it's what is Augusto going to be doing here? Wasting another card, looking for one of the two switches or that other energy. You go Genesect for 1. It's a 3 out of 17 kind of spot. It's about 1 in 6. Really not cards again that we're looking for. I think there might be one more Genesect in play. Maybe there's 2 more Genesects with Fusion Strike system available to them. It's tough. Like, you don't want to be digging, but like, what do you do? Just pass and let your opponent mill your resource out of your deck until you lose? I think you have to continuously go for it. It's tough. It's about a 1 in 5 chance now. Fusion Strike energy, so we are going to see the Genesect retreats because that Rose Tower is going to take over the Galar Mine. And we are going to see the Mew VMAX take another prize card using Max Miracle. So looking a little bit tough. We might see some kind of Power Tablet Fusion Cross Fusion Strike Psychic Leap play. Actually, we can't because the Mew's evolved on the bench. I think this game's probably over for Augusto. I think we legitimately might see Durant steal this game. Only 11 cards left and still 3 prize cards left. It's not like it's like 30 cards left or something like that. But it depends on how many Durants Andrew can get out. Like 2 Durants, really not the wave. Maybe a little bit more than that, right? There's 3 Durants. Put them to 8. And then there's also the Curse Shovel. I think just even with... Oh, there's something else. And ripping out some switches would certainly be terrible. Could just rip both switches and that'd be absolutely game. I think there might have been a switch in there. But you could see they have to go around things trying to get into the active position. I think Andrew's going to take this one with 7 cards left. We gotta see those switches. We gotta see Peony for the switch. And it's the last switch as well. Really tough to deal with. Like, what else do? You just hope that your opponent has no energy. Like, even with the Curse Shovel, I don't think you can get around with all those boss's orders being discarded. I think Augusto is just going to lose this one. They can take it down to 2 prize cards, but reasonably, it's just too tough. There's that. I don't think you grab something else. I think you just grab that. Leave yourself at 6 cards. Switch into the Mew VMAX, and then you go ahead and attack. Because if you use Genesect, you just deck yourself out. So there's the knockouts. 2 cards gone. Drawn a couple prize cards here. 1 prize card here. I mean, you could put 1 card under. Like, we could see a Marnie here. That'd be really scary. But Augusto, like, I think this is probably it. There's the energy. Will we see double Durant? That's the big question. Because Andrew can take this dub right here. If we see 2 Durants hit the floor. We know 1 Durant's in the discard pile. There's the level ball. Is that going to be Durant number 3? And will we see the rescue carrier? Oh, we don't see that. But we are going to see everything come down. If that switch is the last card, I think Switch... Oh no, because the Switch already hit the floor, so there's 0 cards. That's it. It's just going to be a quick pass from Augusto. 0 cards left in deck. Andrew is going to take the game. That's absolutely everything. Durant crushing the late night series. Congratulations to both players for seeing so much success. There's that mill win condition. Let's get it.